guys, this is Ann from ducttapeanddenim.com. Today's project, it's a cast iron star. These are really fun. You can decorate them however you want, and I'm going to show you today. You can tell it's been a while. It's rusted a little bit because I used rusty wire on it. You start off with these cast iron stars. So what I did was I took some spray paint. This is something that the chalk paint will not work on because I did try it, and the chalk paint, when you put it on, it looks okay, but then after a while it starts to rust through because I don't think it seals it good enough. And you know, when this metal gets wet or damp at all, it's gonna rust. So what I did was I laid this down flat on a piece of cardboard. I have a spray shelter too, but if you don't have a spray shelter, just make sure you're outside and you have a big box or a big piece of cardboard, and make sure the wind's not blowing, because if you start spray painting and the wind's blowing, the spray paint's going to go over whatever is close to you. So just watch out what's close to you and what kind of clothes you're wearing, because it's going to get on you if you're not careful. I like this Rust-Oleum because it's a paint and a primer. It seals it really good. So what I did, I laid it flat and I sprayed a light coating on it, let it dry, sprayed it again. On some of them, I kind of feel like I did a little bit, like I call it 2.5 coats. Spray it, let it dry, spray it again, see how it looks, and maybe come back and touch up a little bit, or just go ahead and give it 3 coats. And then after that's completely dry, you flip it over and you do the same thing to the front. 3 coats, let it dry in between, and then I prop them up on something like that so that they're not laying flat, because if you keep them laying flat, they're gonna stick to your piece of cardboard. So then I let it dry overnight so it would get good and sealed. This is what it looks like when it's done. See, pretty bright. I think I used a different color on this one. Or you know what? I used this color on this one because this is heirloom white. I like it. It's not so bright white, but this one's a little brighter. I like the heirloom white even better though. And then you take some wire. So I just stuck a piece of wire through the center. You can get as neat as you want to with it. You don't have to measure. You can just kind of wrap it around if you want, or I a lot of times will take it and bend it so I get more of a sharper angle right there, see? So where it comes together, I'm not sure if you can see that or not, but then you can just wrap it around. I'm trying to watch what I'm doing and watch the video at the same time so I can make sure y'all are seeing what I'm doing. And this is one of those times so you can do several things. You could just clip it off right there, or you can curl the ends if you want it fancy. I'm not really concerned about it. I have 2 pair of clippers here, and if you've watched me do many things before, you know I use these clippers a lot. But these are my jewelry clippers. Notice I marked on there old, because once you use a pair of these jewelry scissors on steel wire, can you tell how jagged these are right here? It's going to ruin these because these are made for jewelry wire. But I kept these and just marked them old so that I can still use them. They cut fine. I'll show you. But I don't want to be using my new ones for that because it will ruin them, and then I'll have 2 ruined pairs. And it sticks out just a tiny bit. If I was making jewelry, I would probably file it down and make sure it's really smooth, but since it's an ornament, I'm not going to file it. I'm just going to make sure it's flat because I don't want it poking anybody when they're decorating the tree. And then I'm going to loop it around, come through the other side, and do the same thing on it. This one I'm just going to twist it. I'm not going to bend it to make the angle. You can kind of see it doesn't lay quite as flat when you do that. And you can make the loop as big as you want. Because this is your project and you're the creative person. All right, now I'm going to use these are still not real heavy duty wire cutters, but they're a little heavier. All right, and clip that end off. All right, so there it is so far. If you wanted to leave it like that, you could. It's pretty cute the way it is. If you wanted to tie some lace or anything, any fabric or something around it, you could do that. You could put buttons on it. This is an old button with a rhinestone right in the center of it. And the nice thing about these stars is that they have that hole in the middle. So let me show you my stash. Here's my stash of all my rhinestones in here. So you can see I've got crystals, I've got rhinestones, and I've got buttons. And this is what I pull out and just kind of sort through when I want to bling something up. So you could put an old earring on there if you wanted. If you could find like a red earring, that would be really pretty. Or just any of these big gaudy things. I thought about using one of these. I think that would be pretty. Anytime I have buttons that are missing some rhinestones, I don't use those on jewelry, but I would use them on a Christmas ornament. But the one that I picked today is this one here. It's domed, and it's got a shank on the back, which I am not concerned about because my star has that hole. If you wanted to get rid of it, just use your metal cutters and clip it off there. But I'm not going to do that now. I'm just going to glue this on. And I'm going to glue it on with my favorite glue. I get asked a lot what kind of glue I use. This is my favorite for any kind of jewelry or ornaments and stuff like that. Metal, you can glue pretty much anything with this. I wouldn't use it on paper because it's way more than you need on paper, but it'll stick plastic. It says industrial strength adhesive on it. You can get it in these little tubes. These are really handy because if you get a big giant one, it's going to get all goopy at the end. See, that's a little bit, but it's not too bad. And you're going to see how thick this is here when I squeeze it out. See oop, it made a little bubble. You're just going to kind of smear it around in there. I'll come back and I'll leave my link to my online shop because I've been busy this week putting our extra supplies in there. So, y'all, I have so many Christmas craft supplies. You will not believe it. In fact, when we do our next sale, the first Monday of August, a lot of it is going to be Christmas crafts. Another thing I like about the E6000, it's not like hot glue. You know, hot glue, you squeeze out the glue and then you stick something on real fast before it dries. This, if you needed to readjust it, see, it'll pull off. It takes a while to dry, but that can be a good thing. And once it's dry, it is permanent. You are not getting that off, I'll tell you. There will be no way. Okay. So, let's see. Yeah, it's stuck on there pretty good. But I'm going to let it dry overnight before I hang it on my tree. What do y'all think? Okay, here's the one I did today. All right, you can tell this one looks a little faded now. But it's not really faded. It's just a darker white. I used the Rust-Oleum for this. This is a different color Rust-Oleum, but it's the same kind of spray paint. This is just a little bit whiter, which I like the darker color. So we do have these stars in our shop. We have the wire in our shop. They're $3 a piece. You can either go over and take a look at all of our supplies at ducttapeanddenim.com/supplies, or if you just want to leave your email address in the comment and let me know what you want, I'll send you an invoice. Here's something else I bought at Canton, not this weekend. I bought some bigger stars. These are in our online shop. They're kind of too big for Christmas ornaments unless you have a really big tree, but I haven't used these for anything yet. Let me know if you have any ideas. All right, so I got to go get some more work done. I hope I have inspired y'all and that y'all will get out some crafting supplies and make some Christmas decorations. All right, y'all have a great day. Stay cool, and I will